What's good, y'all, and welcome to my review for the first episode of My Hero Vigilantes, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally here. Vigilantes is here. Now, I want to make a quick disclaimer for anyone that hasn't been keeping up, hasn't been watching my Diamond reviews, because I'm sure you guys, and you just maybe watch my Hero Waka videos or whatnot. Let me talk about the audio sound, because like I said, if you haven't been watching my Diamond reviews, my computer is currently getting it's getting fixed right now. By now, all the things that were the issue with I've solved. The only thing they're now working on, that just ramshackle, was a fan spinning into overdrive. So they're getting some new fans, which I think are meant to come in either today or tomorrow. So hopefully I get my computer back by next week. When episode 2 drops with Vigilantes, I can finally get back to back to my normal setup and everything, and we're back to where we were before, hopefully. But anyway, guys, as I was saying, so yeah, that's why the audio sounds different. That's why, because I'm having to use my Surface Pro or Surface 4, whichever one this is, as my backup laptop to record videos and whatnot. So that's why the audio sounds different. So Vigilantes, man, it finally dropped, man. Incredible first episode, man. Oh my god, Studio B, man, they did such a phenomenal job on this episode, man. It looked amazing, animation was great, we had tons of the onomatopoeia shown up. I love the way they were integrated into this, man, and honestly, I kind of wish this was it looked like this for the main series as well. So I don't know if this sort of thing is something that's up to the animation director, or the chief, or the series director, the episode director, the storyboard, which I believe the episode director and the storyboard artist was the same for this episode, if I remember correctly. But where this falls in the ladder on who do I thank for this. But I love the way the onomatopoeias were integrating this episode, which I'll talk about as we get through the episode. And I would honestly love to see this get introduced into the main series as well. Now, one other thing I want to quickly talk about is that we finally also got the English dub cast announcement for Vigilantes. Now you guys may remember, which I'll pull up on screen if you guys, so you guys can see for yourself. Now, the one thing that's interesting about this is that, now you guys may remember, I don't know if I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in probably some past Hero Waka videos. I might mention this in some trailer react or something, that I had a feeling that Adam MacArthur, who you guys know voices, Yuji and Jujutsu Kaisen, back last year. Yeah, I believe it was last year, the year before that, before Vigilantes got properly announced for an anime adaptation. It was still just the leaks. He had posted a picture of one of the manga volumes of Koichi on his Twitter. No tweet, no caption with another, just the image itself. While the leaks were picking up steam again, back in 2023 or whatever it was. Now when I saw that, I thought that I thought that well, first I had 3 on 1. I thought that might have been this was all him subtly announcing that he is Koichi, because you guys don't know, Funimation was on the production committee for this. I wonder, and probably with the merger and everything, and that's probably why this took so goddamn long for it to actually release. But they were on the production committee for this one, which I'm assuming now Crunchyroll's on the production committee for, since the merger and everything happened. But anyway, I thought that maybe with them being on the production committee, that we would get a same day simuldub. Obviously, it didn't happen, and that we would get and that they already begun casting and everything. Man, they casted Adam as him, and he's just been sitting around for a couple of years, and this is him suddenly announcing it. I thought it was kind of a pipe dream. I didn't really think that was going to happen. I thought that would have been cool if that was indeed the case. But I also figured that maybe it was just him either just expressing interest in the role, that he would love to audition for Koichi, or that he just wanted to mess with people. Which, given the new casting announcement, which we've just gotten, man, more than likely it was one of the other two. It wasn't this. My thoughts of this being some being some deep conspiracy is indeed not the case, man. Now, let me quickly talk about the Vigilantes cast now before we jump right into the actual video, because I figure I might as well talk about it. So for Koichi, we actually have Jake Broadbent as the voice of Koichi. Now, this dude is very new. By new, I mean he only has one other credit, and it was doing additional voice work for some other random anime. This dude is new. This is his first not only his first name role, this is his first main character role, and it's in one of the biggest animes of the season, and one of the most popular anime franchises currently right now. So, yeah. Kid struck big. No, does anyone else think he looks like Casey Mangelano? I believe I pronounced her last name, man. Does he kind of look like Casey? Casey, I feel like they could have passed for siblings. He looks a lot like Casey. Now, the weird thing about this dude is that he has literally no footprint anywhere. Like, the dude doesn't have, like, as you guys can obviously see from the tweet, if you guys saw us on Twitter, he doesn't have a Twitter, the dude doesn't have a website, surprisingly, and, like, no Instagram, no nothing. I think he has an IMDb, but I don't think he even has an IMDb yet. I'm sure now he's gonna have one, and, like, obviously no profile behind the voice actors as well, so dude's practically a ghost. I got like older VAs, like the 90s OG. I'm not so surprised when they don't have like social media accounts or websites or whatnot, because obviously it's more like a newer gen voice actor thing to have be on social media, to have their own website and all that with your demos and everything on it, man. But for a newer, I'm assuming that, judging by just looking at him, I'm assuming the dude's probably like around my age, if not younger, and that he is obviously very new to the business of dubbing. I figured he would at least have something, but he literally has nothing. Maybe with this show he'll finally start up a Twitter or something, but we'll have to wait and see on that, man. But yeah, congrats to him, man. This dude struck big, and yeah, shout out to him, man. So for Bubbles, and then for Pop Star, we have Macy Annie Johnson. Never heard of this woman. I think she also doesn't have a Twitter account. Yeah, or no, she's the only one with a Twitter account. And Knuckle Duster, who is the other one VA without a Twitter account, is voiced by Jason Marnosha, if I'm pronouncing that right. So yeah, that's the main cast for the new main cast members for Vigilantes with the dub star, which I'm assuming 2 weeks, like usual. So there you go. But yeah, looking forward to the dub, man. Especially shout out to that kid that got Koichi, man, because that's like I said, that's his first name character role and main MC. He got that's his first for damn near everything, man. First MC in a major series, first MC, first named character. Crazy, man. So shout out to him, man. And yeah, look forward to hearing the dub. Hopefully we get like a dub trailer or something before that or something, man, because I would love to hear them. But we'll have to wait and see on that, man. Anyway, guys, without further ado, man, I've rambled on long enough that we're already at 7 minutes and we haven't even started the fucking episode. But anyway, guys, let's just jump right in. So we start the episode off with basically the same recap we used to get in the earlier seasons of Hero Waka. Like, this is the Hero Society. First baby was the Illuminati Quirks. Blah, 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 blah. But we do get a little extra more talking about Vigilantes, saying that but this is an age has a new type of hero. They are not chosen. These legal here act on their own admission. They are not chosen. And what is their brand of justice? Where we see Knuckle Duster, Pop Star, and Koichi, which I'm assuming this is probably all anime original. Walking out of the alleyway, man. We get to the OP, and oh my god, bro, the OP. She got me slapping my arm like I'm the fucking Rock. Oh my god, this OP is incredible. This may be my favorite Hero Waka OP of all time, baby. Like, this is easily top 3. Easily top 3, man. And I got the credits list up here, man. The OP was handled by the series director Kenichi Suzuki, and he was also one of the storyboard artists for this OP alongside Nobunaka Yoda. Never heard of the other guy, but yeah. And he's also the series director as well, and I believe he also directed the first episode as well as did the storyboards for it as well. I will say this right now, man, nobody but him should be touching these. Him and Haruka Ida should be the only first people ever touching Hero Waka OPs from here on out. OPs, ED, I don't care. Nobody else but them should be touching them. They are clearly the best at it. Which, if you guys do not know, and one thing I love with this OP is how comic book inspired it is, and the fucking song. Oh my god, I fucking love the song. But how comic book inspired this is because he also did the OP, the first OP for season 6. So all the super comic booky inspired OPs, that's him. He also did a lot. He also, if you guys check his credits on not keyframes list, but like it leaks to Annie list, which is basically Mal, but it's like a little better. When it comes to like staff with like staff lists and whatnot, man, he has worked on like a bunch of the JoJo parts. He worked on part 6 and part 3, which would explain how emphasized the onomatopoeias are for this, because obviously JoJo used those pretty liberally in David Productions' adaptation of the parts of JoJo. So this is probably why it's so used frequently, because that's just kind of his thing, which I appreciate. And yeah, oh my god, this OP looks incredible, man. I love the colors of it. I love how comic comic book inspired it is, man. Like I said, like honestly, guys, like I have wanted to see. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this ever before, but I've always kind of dreamt of Ultimate Spider-Man getting a proper adaptation done by Bones. You know, because yeah, we had the cartoons from 2012, but that really wasn't. It like adapted bits of Ultimate Spider-Man, but it wasn't a true adaptation of Brian Michael Bendis' comic book run. And I always wish they had got a proper adaptation like Invincible. And man, I always kind of wish that Bones. I always kind of figured that maybe Bones would do it, man. I would like to see Bones handle it because I think they could do a good job emulating Mark Bagley's art style. Because I'm pretty sure that's probably within their wheelhouse. But after seeing this episode, man, this OP. It should be Studio B, it should be this team. This team should be the ones to handle my dream scenario of an Ultimate Spider-Man, you know, getting a proper anime series adaptation, man. This is the team for it, man. This is fucking brilliant, man. I love this OP so much. I love the sub, man. I love how it looks. I love how comic book inspired it is with the captions and, like, the paneling and everything, man. The colors, oh my god, this shit looks like something out of the Silver Age. Oh, it looks so good. It's very, oh man, I love this OP so much. Like I said, this might be my favorite. If not, it's top 3. It's really up there, man. I love this OP so much, and the fucking song is so catchy. And it really feels reminiscent of Ultimate Spider-Man. Because you guys remember Ultimate Spider-Man? Because, you guys remember the game of Ultimate Spider-Man. The game of Ultimate Spider-Man. Very comic booky, had like characters jumping in and out of panels and everything, man. And like, it was so well done, man. And I always kind of hoped that if it got in did get proper adaptation, I would want it to keep that style from the game. And this kind of has that, man. And like, oh my god, it's so amazing. I love it. Anyway, enough of me rambling about the OP. It's fucking crowd, man. Like, oh my god, man. We are Hero Waka fandom. We are eating good. I'm not looking forward to shit to be like, why can't the main series look like this? And all this other shit from idiots that wouldn't be able to even spell Genga. But you guys already know what happened, man. This series has been in pre-production for like 3 or 4 years. And obviously, you know, it's only 12 episodes, although it is going to be split core. That apparently has gotten confirmed that it's going to be split core. I don't know whenever the second core might be. Hopefully not October, because I don't need to be reviewing the main series and Vigilantes at the same time. So, like, let's split these off, maybe have it air in, like, winter or something. I'm not entirely sure when core 2 for this will drop. But, yeah, it is going to be, but yeah, apparently Vigilantes will be multi-core. Or will be split core, excuse me. But, yeah, anyway, so yeah. Anyway, banger OP. So we start, so then the episode properly begins where we're beginning to get the definition of Vigilantes, a self-appointed doer of justice, as well as and I love how the episode title cards are done too, man, with it kind of coming in the bottom, man. Oh, Studio B was flexing so hard with this episode, man. I can't handle it, man. Y'all be going off for no damn reason, man. Oh, man. This is such an amazing episode, man. Such an incredible episode, man. So yeah, and then the episode title is I'm Here, making this the first time we've had 2 episodes in Hero Walk have the same title. So there's a little fun fact for you guys. So anyway, we start the episode off with some villain out there munching down on some motorcycles while Koichi watches onward. All Might shows up and then quickly makes quick work of him, man. And once again, I love the use of the onomatopoeias with the smash here, then All Might smiles, and you got like smile in the background, very comic book inspired, man. I love this shit. Hopefully this becomes a main thing for Vigilantes anime adaptation, where it's not just like this one time with the episode. But the next episode, preview episode 2, looks like this will continue onward. So hopefully that is the case for the rest of the series, man. And yeah, like shout out once again to Kenichi Suzuki, man. Oh my god, man, this dude clearly knows what he's doing, man. I don't know if the dude actually is a big fan of Marvel comics or whatnot, but the dude knows this shit. He knows that about Hero Waka's comic book inspirations and just leans 100% into it, man. I love it. Anyway, so Koichi, he marvels at All Might, like, wow, I can't believe we get to see All Might in person. Then he realizes he's late to class and starts running over to get to class. He ends up passing through an alley where he runs into some goons, and literally when he knocks into the dude, it sends my boy back like 5 feet, like goddamn. So, and I really like the storyboarding here, man, where he starts pouring down his drink in the middle, like right in the middle of frame, right in front of Koichi. Man, I like the storyboarding here. I like the way that was framed, man. That looked really good. So he pours out his entire drink after Koichi apologizes, saying like, "Oh, look what you did! You made me spill my drink. I just bought it. Now apologize." So he does the whole thing of getting on his hands and knees, saying, "Sumimasen!" And then the dude goes to kick him, but Koichi uses his power to like dive to like back up before, but make him fall on his ass. And then from there he just kind of, and then from there he kind of like crawls or glides, I guess you could say, glides away from them as he makes his way back to class. Animation did look really good. I like with the cut right here when Koichi maneuvers around some other random civilian, knocks into some cones, which I'm pretty sure was CGI. The cones were CGI, and the guy turns a corner. Animation there looked really, really good. So yeah, we get the usual from President Mike explain how his quirk works, called Slide and Glide, although it does look different than how it does in the main series. I don't know if it's like that in Vigilantes, the manga as well, where the whole quirk explanation things was done in a slightly different style, or that's just Studio B. Whatever the case may be, it looked pretty good, man. And as President Mike says, his quirk Slide and Glide, activating it requires at least 3 points of contact with the surface. But it's only as fast as a slow bike, so he really can't get it. So he really can't get much speed with it. I do wonder, and like you guys know, I'm an anime only with Vigilantes. I haven't read the manga. I've more or less been stayed spoiler free, other than what Koichi's final costume looks like. And so I don't know that, but I do wonder if eventually, then maybe around the end of the series, he'll have like a quirk awakening or somewhere he can like slide around, where he can like glide around at a much faster speed or whatever. I think that'd be kind of cool if he had like if by the end of the series he has like a quirk awakening or something, man, where he can go a little faster than a slow bike. But honestly, it is a pretty nifty quirk, I must say. So yeah, and I like the way this was storyboarded as well, where he's on the ground, is kind of looking upwards, like the other civilians that are like that. Koichi is sliding past. We're like, oh, it's a mobility quirk. That would be quite handy. But then when people says it's not very fast, though, someone says it's gross, and he looks like a cockroach. And he's like, and Koichi tells her to buck off. So yeah. But yeah, anyway, after that, when we cut over to where it's now sunset, and this is when we get introduced to Popstar as she's doing her little concert on top of some road signpost. So she does her little song in front of her group of idol fans. I do wonder if this song will get dubbed. Probably won't, but I wonder if they maybe will if I let the English voice Popstar dub this song. Well, I don't even know if she even has a singing background. I know nothing about this chick. But whatever the case be. Anyway, Koichi is watching onward, and mentioning how the cops doesn't know. Then he quickly realizes, like, oh shit, I gotta get to work, and runs off. And we see now, we don't know what Popstar's quirk is, but he does mention elite quirk, and the fact we see her jumping all over the place, maybe think that she's has a quirk probably similar to Gentle Criminal, where he can like maybe use the air or something to bounce off of it or something. Alongside, I don't know for sure, because you guys know I'm an anime only, and I'm sure I'll probably find out either the next episode or the following episode after that what Popstar and Knuckle Duster's quirks are. If Knuckle Duster even has a quirk, he might just be a big tough dude. We'll have to wait and see on that. Anyway, and we get some more narration from Koichi, where it says people admire what they literally look up at, and when they look down at something, the opposite tends to happen. This is when he crosses over into an alleyway, but ends up slipping on a puddle, and he says, "Life sure isn't fair." So then we cut over back to Koichi, where he's at Family Fan, which I'm pretty sure is meant to be a parody of Family Mart, a popular convenience store in Japan. He ended up being late anyway, and that ended up getting deducted from his pay. Now, if you guys pay attention to the TV, you would actually see that actually has like commercials playing for those those bags of chips with All Might on that had the cards in them that Izuku and Baka both got the rare holographic X-rayed cards of All Might. I'm pretty sure this wouldn't work with the timeline because Koichi's 19, and to be fair, with Inko, Izuku's probably still maybe a kid. He's probably maybe at most 12 years old. I'm not entirely sure what the exact timeline of Izuku's age to where Vigilante starts entirely. I'm sure someone can correct me in the comments. But it would be cool, man, if this probably won't happen. If the store that Izuku and Baka went to get those cards was Koichi's Family Mart. He's he sold them the chips, and he was in the background of it or something. That also would be kind of sick, but like I said, that probably would not fit within the timeline or whatever. Anyway, so the three crooks from earlier in the episode, he runs into again, and this isn't the last time, man. They serve what are these guys, fucking stand users? How they keep running into each other? But they come in there, they instantly recognize Koichi, and then they start beating the shit out of him. Koichi, man, my boy, he is not pleased with it. My man is not pleased by this one bit. He says the cops should do something. Oh, this ticks me off right up to here. That does it. Tonight, I'm doing it. He changes into a special, so he like, bro puts on his hoodie like he like fucking Minato when he put on the 4th Hokage robe right before he went to face off against Koromon. It was very much in that same over the top style of just putting on a coat on. It looks cool as hell, but it does good, but it is kind of, though. I don't know if that was meant to be a nod to Naruto or not, but that's something I did notice when I was watching this episode. Also gotta say, love the music here. I don't know if Yuki Hayashi is once again returning to do the soundtrack for this show, just like he does for the main series, or Studio B got a different composer to work on Vigilantes. But either way, man, the song I was playing here, man, was fantastic. And now, decked out in his All Might hoodie, he says, now it's time to go crazy with his quirk. Who cares about the law? Yeah, Koichi, fuck the law! And he'll do everything, and then he'll do everything he can. And he finds his first victim where someone loses their phone, and then we get a little montage of him helping out random civilians, including, most famously, Inko, who... Now, there's a bit of controversy with this one, because apparently, for any manga readers out here that may know this, when Koichi first met Inko, right here, it was apparently Fat Inko by that point. She was already had, like, gained the weight and everything, and she was Fat Inko, while the animates changed to Skinny Inko. I'm assuming this was probably done more as a continuity error type thing that they were trying to fix, man, to fix up the continuity, make it more obvious that this does take place in the past before Izuku went to UA by having it be Skinny Inko. Like I said, I'm not sure of the exact dates and whatnot, how many years in the past Vigilante takes place before the start of the main series when Izuku attends UA and whatnot, man, but I'm sure that was probably the reason what they were changed. But I also love this montage, and it's done very much in the style of comic panels, very much like Ultimate Spider-Man. Like I said, this is the perfect team to get to do a proper adaptation of Ultimate Spider-Man, still keep that comic book style and the transitions from the game. This team is perfect for that, man. This looks amazing, man. Like I'm basically watching Ultimate Spider-Man. Like, this is my dream Ultimate. This is what I wish Ultimate Spider-Man, a proper adaptation of Ultimate Spider-Man would look like. This is basically it. But anyway, he also rather rent civilians, like some true drunk salaryman tells them that they have 10 minutes before the last train goes. Picks up some trash and litter, and like a group of people start surrounding him, and they're like, "Oh, thanks, nice guy," and they're all praising Koichi, and Koichi takes his mask off, being like, "It feels so good when I do so many good deeds," and he's like on cloud 9 after this, man. He goes into this alleyway, but he says he's thirsty. Pop Star hands him a bottle of water. He's like, "Oh, thank you." They realize that is actually Pop Star. She kind of roasts his costume a little bit, saying like, "Oh, is that dweeb hoodie supposed to look be some All Might cosplay?" And he's like, "No, it's not dweeby, it's cool." And they keep talking. She calls him your know-his place guy, and he says, "Nice guy." Honestly, gotta work on the name Koichi. I'm not really vibing with nice guy, man. Hopefully he does fine. Hopefully he does eventually come up with a better hero name than that, because, yeah, bro, you need to work on that. And then he takes his leave as he thanks Koichi for the drink. Or thinks Pop Star for the drink. Koichi thinks Pop Star for the drink. And he also tells her to be careful about the cops, about her idol concerts, to make sure the cops don't find her or whatnot, or don't catch on to her. And then she starts getting a little pissed off, being like, "Hey, who said anything about games? I'm for real." And it looks like she was about to go to slap Koichi, but she ends up tapping the cheek of knockoff Wolverine once again, because I forgot to mention when they were beating up, we found what his quirk is. The dude basically has claws he can pop out of his knuckles, basically like Wolverine. He's literally just knockoff Wolverine. And so yeah, this is now the third time this dude that Koichi has run into this guy. Like I said, are these guys meant to be? Are these people? Is Koichi and them stand users or something? Do quirk users have the same thing as stand users where they just can't help but run into each other? This has gotten crazy how many times that Koichi's run into this one dude. Whatever the case may be. So yeah, then they grab Pop Star and then they throw her against the wall of this alley and ooh, look what she's wearing under there. Ooh, you're that high school idol that shakes her ass. Yeah. And they're harassing her, scaring the shit out of her. And then we get to the thing that I've seen a few tweets, to be fair, on Twitter about people complaining about this scene, man. Quote-unquote Hiroaka fans, because it's always the usual suspects. Villain stands, people that like to convince that they're swear up and down that Endeavor is a rapist even though he's not, and the terminally online quote-unquote fans of Hiroaka. Now, to be fair, because they always keep complaining, because apparently this dude does become a major supporting character in Vigilantes, and has a whole little mini arc to himself where I guess he turns into a new lead and ends up becoming a good dude. turning away from a life of villainy or whatever. Now, then we'll get to more specific about that for obviously spoiler reasons, but apparently now, to be fair, I have heard some other people that I do personally follow that this is a genuine criticism about Vigilantes is how the storyline is handled. So to be fair, there is some merit to these claims, but usually they're always super annoying. And like I said, it's usually from the usual suspects, so I don't take these people seriously at all. To be fair, man, with this being an anime adaptation, there's always a chance that they could probably go back in there and expand on this subplot to make it a little bit better compared to how it was done in the manga. But we'll have to wait and see on that. But yeah, this is one thing I saw a lot of people bitching about, right yesterday, right before the episode aired, man. It's so annoying. They end up grabbing her, they end up grabbing her face, and she starts crying a little bit, and they're trying to rub the makeup off her face to see what she really looks like, man. They're like, oh, let's take some pictures of her and post them online and whatnot. All of this is while it's going on. Koichi's just in the background being like, sumimasen. And I love this with the storyboard where you can see Koichi I always love whenever characters are framed within a frame, where there's something else that's framing them in the shot, man. Whether it's a store, whether or not it's a stairwell, an Unbreakable, or two of the other goons that are going there, that are surrounding Pop Star while Koichi's in the background. I love shots like that, man. So once again, shout out to Kenichi. What's his name? Kenichi? I forget. I'm already slipping on the dude's name on this. Kenichi once again, who was, like I said, was the episode director, the series director, the episode director for this, as well as the storyboard artist for this episode. So then the other guys tell Koichi basically to fuck off. Tell him to fuck off, and then Koichi's like, oh yeah, you're right, I have no business here, and then he walks away, and then we once again cut to another shot Pop Star where the makeup's just starting to rub off her face as she's crying, and that's when Koichi finally goes into action. As Koichi mentions himself, he's not very good with fighting. So instead, he says he can't surprise. So he goes and glides, trying to run right past him to obviously knock one of the guys over. But he ends up just nothing happens. The man might as well just ran into a brick wall, and the dude just pits him, asking him what he wants to do, and then throws him against the wall. This is where we start to see some of the onomatopoeias making appearances, which I love now. They're in motion, proper transitions, man, which I think looks amazing, because you guys know in the main series as well as JoJo as well, they were usually usually still frames. So I like that they're actually animated transitions now, man, and they look amazing, man. So like I said, I hope this becomes a major permanent thing in the Vigilantes anime, is this whole onomatopoeia thing, because it looks amazing in this episode, and what we saw in the next episode preview for the next episode, man. So hopefully, I hope this becomes a mainstay of the Vigilantes anime, But we'll have to wait and see on that. So then the dude starts beating on Koichi again. We find the dude can actually pop claws from his feet as well, just like X-23. Although, if I remember correctly, X-23 can only do one claw from her foot and two claws from her hands. This dude can do three from his feet and his hands. Which I don't know how exactly his quirk works. He could if he could pop his claws in both of his hands as well as his feet, or he has to pick one. Not entirely sure how the quirk works, but yeah, the dude, like I said, the dude is basically just literally a knockoff Wolverine. And right before it looks like he pops his claws once again, they mention how they're going to rip her clothes off and show her off bare to the world. So yeah, pretty crazy stuff. These people, not nice. Not nice. These people are assholes, and I am curious to see what knockoff Wolverine story arc is going to be, because like I said, apparently he will be a somewhat major supporting character in Vigilantes going forward, have his own little mini arc with Popstar, and we'll get into that goes, but yeah, I am curious to see where that's going to go, and if the anime will at all change things, add on to it, because like I said, even though I do see some tweets where from the turbulently online weirdos, the villain stand type fans of Hiroaka, it does seem like it is from even people that I follow, or people that I follow, or people I follow that they follow, that this is a genuine criticism that some people do have with Vigilante is with this arc and how it was handled. So we'll see how that turns out. Anyway, right before he's about to deal the killing blow on Koichi, Knuckle Duster shows up, as they mentioned, because the crooks were telling him, oh, cry for All Might, and Koichi gets an air of Koichi saying that All Might isn't always available, no one's going to come and save us, and then Knuckle Duster, and I love the way that this was probably literally framed by panel for panel annotating the mod, because they show Knuckle Duster's face, they have him smirk, and you even see the onomatopoeia of smirk coming as well, oh my god. I love this is adapted, man. This is literally my dream Ultimate Spider-Man adaptation right before my eyes. And Hiroaki gets in that. Ugh. We are not worthy. And also, I just found out that Yuki Sato did the ED completely by herself. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. We are not worthy of that woman's talents. Anyway, so Knuckle Duster shows up, man. He lands on a pile of trash bags, which as he mentioned, can serve as a nice cushion for in a pinch, and quickly just makes quick work of these guys, which I did find funny when they do show his character, his title card. Which we also find out that the show that really seems like it won't be having any commercial cards like the main series, which is unfortunate because I love the commercial cards in Hiroaki. It's kind of the Vigilantes will not be getting those as well. They could add to them later on, maybe in a future season or something, but it seems like the commercial cards will not be in Vigilantes, which is definitely unfortunate. But anyway, as I said, Knuckle Duster makes quick work with these guys, and we get a character card that says the Janitor of Justice. I thought funny they considers himself a janitor. I thought that was funny. But yeah, it instantly just like knocks out these guys in like one punch, man. And Koichi tries to get out of there, man, but he's like, oh no. And he's like, oh dude, I'm not involved with these guys. And I forget, I think this might be a little bit after this probably, but one thing I did like about this episode was this feels very real, like in terms, it feels very realistic. If a pro hero like Knuckle Duster or Batman, for instance, showed up to save a civilian in real life, like more times than not, they probably, as Queen mentioned, it's like, oh my god, thank you so much, you saved me. It's like, oh my god, this dude is fucking terrifying. Like, you know what I mean? Like that feels way more realistic to probably how someone would react. Maybe not so much in Gotham City because they're probably used to that kind of thing. But like, if Batman actually like showed up and was a real hero and showed up to save someone, more times than they'd probably just be terrified of it rather than be thankful for them saving him, for him saving them. Excuse me. And so now the Knuckle starts to try to convince Koichi to join him and to like join his cause, but Koichi's like, oh no, I couldn't get my license because I could never get my license, my measly quirk. Knuckle Duster says, so what? A powerful quirk said he pro-licenses? Those things have nothing to do with true justice. When you're faced with something you must do, can you take action or not? That's the only question the hero spirit has to answer, and then Koichi realizes dude's unlicensed. Also love the colors that they were used for the background here for this part of the episode, man. Look fantastic. So now, Knockoff Wolverine takes up Popstar as a hostage, and he's like, oh, I'm going to use my claws to mess her face up. Koichi remembers what Knuckles just said to him and jumps into action, manages to save Popstar, get him away from him, while Knuckle Duster deals the final blow. Great animation here, and also I gotta say, man, because I did mention earlier, I already love Koichi, man. I already love the kid, so yeah. But I'm already a big fan of Koichi. I'm looking forward to seeing more of him as the series progresses onwards. So anyway, then we cut to, like I said, he's trying to convince Koichi, but Koichi doesn't want, but Koichi wants none of that smoke, and eventually follows him back to his house, and then checks out his ID. The dude starts raiding his fridge and takes his beer. He's like, you're too young to have beer. Also, guys, I love the seiyuu for Knuckle Duster and Koichi Popstar as well. All their seiyuu sound great, man. I'm really looking forward to seeing how the dub VAs for this will sound in comparison when the dub of Vigilantes starts airing. So yeah, which I already know for a fact we are not going to be getting Vigilantes on Toonami anytime soon. We might get season 7 and season 8, maybe because of the Funimation deals probably, but like there's no way in hell we're ever going to get Vigilantes on Toonami. I would love for it to be on the block, but I know that ain't going to happen. Not for a while. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, like he raids his fridge because he says, "Oh, I'm confident because you're too young." And Koichi says that's for an upperclassman that whenever they come to visit, and by confident, the man Lou just drinks his fucking beer. Like, goddamn, Knuckle Duster. And so after that, we cut back over to the Crooks, where they're meeting up with someone that hands them with 3 files, which, to jump ahead a little bit, might as well, because it's right here in the episode, this seems to be a quirk enhancement drug that they're using because it enhances their quirks. So what I'm kind of curious about, and I don't know when Vigilante started publication in comparison to where Hiroaki was at the time, but I am curious to know if this will ever tie back to Overhaul in any way. Like, does Overhaul get a cameo appearance in Vigilantes? Will we see like this is like an earlier version of the quirk drugs he makes with Ares' blood? Does this give him the idea for the quirk enhancing drugs? Or for the drugs that he used to get rid of quirks and enhance quirks that Overhaul does with Ares' blood. Will this ever come into? Is this at all connected to that, or are these two separate things? Because like I don't know where Vigilantes or Hiroaka's manga was at the time when Vigilantes did start publicating, if it was during the overhaul arc, before it, after it, or whatnot. But I am kind of curious to see if this will ever tie back into Overhaul, and maybe we'll get some connective tissue with him, because I would love to see Overhaul get a cameo, because you guys know how much I love Overhaul, how much I love Killing Jeff, so obviously I'd be down to see him get a cameo and get some lines in Vigilantes, but we'll have to wait and see on that. But hopefully this does come back and tie back in with Overhaul, because I would love to see that. Honestly, it'd be awesome if the Shiei Saikai was like the main villain for an arc of this, man. That'd be fucking sick. So like I said, Knuckle Duster is drinking his beer as he explains that he's looking out for a drug called Trigger, which like I said, seems to work exactly like the quirk enhancement bullets that Overhaul had. Hope that this will tie into that in some form or fashion later on in the series. So we find out that basically by we search those tongues, that's how you know which two people are on the drug or not, because one side effects, it turns their tongues black. So, and the dude is Knuckle Duster feels like a mixture of like All Might, Batman, and the Punisher. In a weird way, where like he is very, I don't know, authoritarian is the right word, but like he obviously has a sense of justice, but like he is very upfront about it, and he will be like, and like he's like very much in your face about, like he said, like he'll like knock out anyone that is suspicious. He'll check every suspicious person, and anyone that's suspicious gets a beat down as well. The dude's kind of crazy, honestly, not gonna lie. But anyway, we then cut over towards like, I don't know, sunset afternoon, maybe it's the early morning, I can't really tell. But either way, they're all chilling on the bench while Knuckle Duster is enjoying a cigarette. Popstar mates up with one of them, and she basically like lays down the whole plan of like how they should be doing it instead, mentioning Twitter about going on from pictures of going on there, checking where they're bad, and interview, then you asking people from there. Instead of him, it's just like basically beat up everyone that's inside and demand them to see their tongue. Oh, Knuckle Duster. So he ends up like harassing this one poor salaryman that works in the toy business. He's like these action figures of All Might, Endeavor, and 13. And so, you know, right before Knuckle are about to land the final blow on him, or about to punch him, that is when Ayazawa shows up. It looks like the man just got back from grabbing some groceries, giving him the bag. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where the episode ends. As I mentioned before earlier, the ED is entirely anime Yuki Sato. We are not worthy of her talent. Now, to be fair, it's not that very animation, which is probably why she could do the whole thing by herself, but it still looks incredible. I love Yuki Sato so much. So yeah, and also I just found out like while I was recording this, myself I didn't just put the cut when Koichi goes to save Popstar and Knuckle Duster final blow. That entire cut was done by Kohei Horita, which is always good to see, man. I always love to see Hirota. I keep saying Horita. Hirota. So yeah, it's good to see. It was good to see him, and so it's good to see that he made an appearance in this episode. And that's all I got for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. This review is probably over 40 minutes. After all said, well, I don't know if I'll maybe get this done under 40 by the time I'm done editing and everything, man. But yeah, phenomenal episode, man. Incredible. A part of me wants to give it a 10, but I think this is just my hype for the episode in general, man. My final for this episode is going to be a 9.5 out of 10, guy. Though I might also give this episode a 10. If I rewatch the dub, I might just jump it up to a 10, because this episode is so fucking good, man. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. You like if you did, subscribe if you do. Follow me so you feel like it. Links are down below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.